I am Jonathan West. You are watching Death Valley Television, and it is time for the Death Valley Technical Scavengers and the Ohio State Buckeyes to meet one-on-one in the National Championship. It's been a long time coming for the Scavengers, who had to fight their way through a rematch with Florida, had to fight through Stanford, and of course win the entirety of the Pac-12 undefeated there. They did take one loss on the season, of course, to Penn State, but the Scavengers do have one All-American. Yes, you heard me right, only one. That was Nico Blanco, who got awarded the second team nod for All-American. In the Pac-12, there's a lot of all-conference players. Nico Blanco got the nod at running back. Alex Slade got first team all-conference. Nick Bridgens got first team all-conference as well. That one I can argue a bit. Moses Holiday as well getting all-conference first team. Defensively, Manu Coffey got awarded for his play at the end of the season with a first-team all-conference nod, as well as Eli Milhauser. So a big amount of first-team all-conferences, but it didn't stop there. They were also given a lot of second-team all-conferences, including Andre Zubnar, who really showed up late. Albert Puzzles gets the nod for second-team all-conference. That one I think is a bit arguable as well. Benji Duke started to come along late, especially here in the playoffs, getting second-team all-conference nods. And the strangest one is Earl Shell is only second-team all-conference, your Heisman Trophy winner, and arguably the best pass rusher of the past handful of years. Freshman all-conference for DVT, there is B.J. Crow, the running back, Andre Zubnar, wide receiver. Jermaine Strong also gets a nod at wide receiver as well. Gio Sun at tight end. Tito Costanzo, who did not play a lot this season so far, but gets the nod there. Brian Cook, who's played quite well in this playoff run as well. And Trent Feeney at kicker. So a lot of all-conference nods, not much on the All-American side of things. Very disrespectful to Earl Shell, if you ask me. But let's get to what matters. That's talking about the fact that Von Battles, one of the bigger interior pass rushers for the Buckeyes, is out. So they are going to have to find pressure elsewhere, as Jacques Bragg is looking to cap off his senior season with a national championship win for Ohio State. Now, he has been a very solid quarterback for them this year. 36 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 67% completion. And he can run with the football in his hands. If he wants to take off, he can do a serious load of damage on the ground. But he doesn't have to when he has a weapon like Marvin Countess at wide receiver. The 5-star prospect out of Venice, Florida, is a definite weapon and has been just that this season. Over 1,000 yards receiving and 13 touchdowns. That says all you need to know about how well he has played and how good of a top target he is. Defensively, it starts with middle linebacker John Bowanko, who leads this defense for the Buckeyes. Now, this defense is what you expect out of an Ohio State defense. They are going to hit you hard. They are going to make tackles, and Bowanko does just that. 3.5 sacks this season, 1 interception, 86 total tackles on the season. Now, their top pass rusher, that's Devin Rossi, and the sophomore was making a case for Heisman as well, or at least best pass rusher in the nation, as he's accumulated 19 total sacks on the season. 56 tackles, 10 for a loss. So a story of top pass rushers in this one. But finally, cornerback George Isadora is the last guy we're going to talk about, as the big key to this game is going to be John Bush not making mistakes. And Isadora could be a guy to force a mistake. 54 total tackles 3 interceptions this season. That's a career high for the senior corner. And we will see if he adds to that as we head to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, a place the Scavengers have already won a football game at in this playoff bracket. We'll see if they can make it a second one and a much more important one in the national championship. Buckeyes, Scavengers, coming up next. And we are off in this one as the Scavengers will return dressed from toe to tip in their buzzard blacks today. The fans wanted to see the buzzard blacks out in storm for this one. As you see the numbers there, both teams have been more pass heavy than run heavy. A bit surprising there for the Scavengers, but we know who this offense runs through. Number 33, senior Nico Blanco, starting the day off with a 10-yard carry. His last game as a Scavenger and the last game for a handful of these Scavengers. As Nico with another run, this one 18 yards, getting them near midfield. Ty Tabor checks in to give a spell to Blanco as they'll go back to the ground, and he's got room. Tabor to the 20, 15, 10, fighting down to about the 6, maybe 5-yard line. A massive 46-yard run for Ty Tabor. What a start with this ground game. It's been 3 straight carries, and that's the biggest one yet. Blanco checks back in after Tabor's 46-yarder as the Scavengers try to classify this as a touchdown as that one is knocked away. 2nd and goal. Bush waits too long and he goes down, so it's going to be 3rd and goal. Bush in the gun here. He'll take the snap. Rolling to his right, throws on the run. That's caught! Touchdown, Alex Slade! Scavengers score first. There was pressure coming on to John Bush, and it was a big-time throw on the run to Alex Slade to cap this one off with 6. So the Scavengers strike first as Ohio State's offense takes the field here, and all eyes are going to be on number 0 on the Scavengers defense. Heisman Trophy winner Earl Shell, as Bragg cannot connect. Manu Coffey in coverage. 2nd and 10. Bragg connects underneath. That's going to be enough to get him close to a new set of downs. 3rd and inches. And they'll just hand this one off as that'll be enough for the first. That is Mike Shelley at running back. As they'll go play action off of Shelley, and wide open is Countess. That's a 1st down. Momentum took him out of bounds, or he would have had a lot more. As Bragg now has a little bit going for him as Countess off the screen has another big play. Ohio State getting things going quick as it's a keeper for Bragg. And he'll pick up 5. 2nd and 5 after the Bragg keeper. They hand off Shelley again, and he's going to only find 2. So that sets up 3rd and 3. Scavengers showing blitz. And they drop back. Bragg connects. That's going to be enough for the first. So the Buckeyes in the red zone for the first time today. Bragg hands off on the ground. Shelley with room. There's a flag that flies. This one's going to take them out of the red zone now. Shockingly, the first hold of the day, not on the Scavengers today. 1st and 19 now. Handoff here does not go far, only a gain of 2. Looking at 2nd and 17. Can the Scavengers hold them to a field goal here? As they try the end around, it does not work. Keelan Holbrook on top of it, and that'll bring up 3rd and very long. Bragg pressured. Shell couldn't get him, but down he goes, Ladarius Petty. It's a huge sack that puts them into a much rougher field goal situation. Ladarius Petty picks up the sack. Shell moved him, and Petty finishes the job as it's now a 52-yard field goal attempt. Kicks up, and it is good. Ohio State on the board, but the Scavengers keep a lead in this one. Bruta might be happy about the points, but it is Scavengers football with a 4-point lead. As this is going to be just a jet pass here to Alex Slade. There's a flag on the field as Slade picked up just about 5, but Javante Hamilton has had a rough time against these playoff teams, and he has another rough go here on the hold. 1st and 19 now. Blanco to the left of Bush. Handoff goes to Blanco. He's ramped up quickly. 2nd and 19 now. Scavengers need a nice chunky yards here. They flip this one to the speedster Zubnar, but he can't find anything. Maybe 1 yard at most. So 3rd and 16. Maybe the last play of the first quarter is Bush with time. Takes off with it, and he's not going to find much. Gain of about 5. As that takes us to the end of the first quarter. 7-3, Scavengers on top in this one, and it's been about the rushing game for them and the passing game for the Buckeyes. First and 10 here to start this second quarter of action, as it's Ohio State football now after the Scavengers couldn't do anything on their last drive, and Bragg does a lot off the first carry here. A big run gets Ohio State into Scavengers territory as they go play action again, and that is caught. It's going to be a new set of downs. Jacques Bragg having a day right now. Hand off to Shelley, and that's going to be a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7 now. Pressure does not get there as the screen sets up. It's a new set of downs, and Ohio State right now can't do anything wrong. Hand off out of the gun again, and that's going to be a gain of 2. The ground game has been kept at bay. It's the passing attack that is getting to the Scavengers right now. No real surprise there as Shelley trying to beat down this defensive front. Picks up 5. 3rd down and 3 now. They bring some pressure, and that one is incomplete. So they could not hang on, so they have to settle for the chip shot. The Scavengers bend but don't break, as that is good, and it'll be a 1-point ball game. Scavengers football here once again as Bush in the empty to begin this drive. And he throws quick, wide open with Zubnar. Put that on the money to the 30. 20 breaks a tackle, and he's down to about the 12. Andre Zubnar. When he gets behind you, you are in trouble. The redshirt freshman has been impressive. Got the all-conference nod as he has just been the deep play threat. After Talialuvo, who is in the building today, after he left for graduation, he has filled that role perfectly. 1st and 10. Hand off to Blanco. Right up the middle he goes, picking up a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now. Shotgun set once again. It's a keeper. John Bush running all the way down to the goal line. Could not break the plane, though, as it's 1st and goal from the maybe half-yard line. B.J. Crow, he's in. Touchdown Scavengers, and they'll add to their lead. The Scavengers now up 2 scores in this one. Really just 1 score, but a 2-point conversion needed for Ohio State to tie this one up now if they make the extra point. As Ohio State now back on offense, Bragg had a very good drive, but they had to settle on that last one as Countess has been the go-to guy. His already 3rd catch of the day. Handoff goes to Shelley. He's chased down. There's Earl Shell getting involved. 3rd down and 6. Scavengers showing blitz. They bring the pressure, and there's Shell again. They tried the draw. It didn't work. And that is huge. An Ohio State punt now forces the Scavengers to have a chance here to make something happen before the end of the half. As Slade over the middle picks up a good chunk, and that'll set up 2nd and 1. Out of the pistol, it's a keeper for Bush. He can't find the room, though. 3rd down and 6. Man in motion is Blanco as Bush over the middle. There's Alex Slade, and he's got the 1st down. 1st and 10. Bush goes play action here. Over the middle. That one is just dropped by Zubnar. 2nd down and 10 after the Zubnar drop. It's a screen setup. Blanco finds a bit of room, and that'll set up a much more manageable 3rd and 4. Under a minute to go in this half of action. As underneath, that's Alex Slade. He's got the big play. Looks like his assistant wide receiving coach right now. That's former wideout Scooter Page, who was very good at that. Looks just like him on that run, as that's 1st and goal for the Scavengers. Trying to cap this one off. Bush on the run. He's in. Touchdown Scavengers. Couldn't get it on the last drive. Caps this one off. John Bush wanted the rushing touchdown, and he was going to get it. You were not going to stop him from adding a rushing touchdown to his day today. Well, the Scavengers offense has certainly found their mojo right now as they hold a 2-possession lead. And now Ohio State tries to answer here before half. A big hit to the back of Rambo. That's the wideout there for Ohio State. Throws it up again. Knocked away. That was Raheem Clay in coverage. The senior middle linebacker in his last game as a Scavenger. As that is a nice tackle on the run. Nothing going there, but the Scavengers, 16 seconds on the clock. They want another opportunity. Bush underneath. Nicholas could not hang on. 2nd and 10. Empty set still here as Bush looks to throw downfield. Knocked away. There's a flag anyways. It's Javonte Hamilton again getting called for the hold. Second and 20. Scavengers. Quick throw as that's incomplete, intended for Slade. And it'll bring up the last play of this half, I would assume, on 3rd and 20. Bush takes the shot. Zubnar got behind him. He caught it, but he had to go up and get it. So could not keep his feet down and keep moving. But a big play to end the half, just not a touchdown. It's 21-6 at halftime, and the Scavengers, well, it was a slow start to find that offensive momentum. But they certainly have it now, and a lot of it, surprisingly, more so through the air, and big plays have been the name of the game. The 46-yard run from Ty Tabor, the 72-yard completion to Zubnar, the run by John Bush to get in the end zone. This team has been about the big plays today. They're going to have to keep those coming in the second half, as I'm sure Ohio State is 100% going to find their defensive prowess. Second half of action underway here on Death Valley Television. The national champion going to be crowned today. Currently Scavengers on top 21-6. There's a nice tackle there on the screen. Second and 7. Ohio State's ball here to begin this half, as that is a screen set up for the tight end, and that's going to be a new set of downs. First and 10. Bragg in the gun. Hand off to Mike Shelley, and once again, Shell has to bring him down. Second and 4 now. Bragg, quick throw, big hit there. That's Manu Coffey. Third down and 3. Pressure sent by the Scavengers. Bragg cannot make a clean throw, and it's incomplete. So a big incompletion forces an Ohio State punt, as now B.J. Crow on the ground to start things, picks up 5. Blanco in the game once again, the direct snap. First one we've seen today for him, as that's not going to pick up anything, actually lose about half a yard. Third down and 6 now. Bush trying to find room. He finds time. He gets free, taking off for the first. Good job by John Bush to find enough space to pick up a new set of downs, as the handoff here does not work. Second and 11. Play action. A flag flew immediately as Bush throws on the run. That one's intercepted. Call it an arm punt essentially, as Choi was going to get called for the hold nonetheless, but instead it will be an Ohio State interception. The first mistake of the day, as time is already ticking away. Both teams have taken up a lot of clock, as a big play for the Buckeyes. Rambo goes up and gets it. And just like that, Ohio State looking to score here is second and 9 after the 1-yard run. Bragg out of the pistol. It's play action. McMillan chasing him. He couldn't bring him down, but Benji Duke does. And that'll be a sack, as there will be a hold on here, but do they bring him back is the question. Scavengers elect to keep the sack for Benji Duke, and Ben McMillan, as looking to throw, is Jacques, as he cannot find anyone but the screen. That is just going to be a short gain, and another settle for a field goal, as it is up and good. The Scavengers defense has bent, but has not broken yet today. And that has been the key factor here for how this offense has been able to just thrive now, as Nico Blanco on the ground picking up 7. Second and 3, Blanco in the backfield. Play action out of the eye. Bush over the middle. That one's caught. Slade, he bounces off a man. He's got room to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown Scavengers. Alex Slade does it again. He has been the top receiver for this team this season, and he shows exactly why right there. Makes the catch, bounces off a receiver, and I'm sure Scooter Page, well, keeping in mind that he's a coach now, has to have a smile on his face as Alex Slade does a great job of just finishing that one. 28-9 right now, folks. It is an unbelievable score as the Scavengers fully on top. But this Buckeyes team, a very good run there by Mike Sherry, as that's going to be a new set of downs. If they find something to get them going, I mean, it could be the end of things. 2nd and 6 after another Mike Sherry run. And off to Sherry again. He's got the first down and more. Now, I'm not sure it's the time to run the football this much, but it's picking up the first for Ohio State as Bragg looks to throw. Underneath, and that one is dropped. So 2nd and 10 after the dropped catch as a handoff to Sherry again. He's going to have another nice run as that takes us to the end of the third. Throw up those fours, folks. It's a 19-point ball game, and the Scavengers are 1 quarter away from being national champions. Third and 2 as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action, as this throw is made and caught. Rambo with the first. 1st and 10. Bragg over the middle, connects. Rambo again. It's a new set of downs. Just under 10 minutes left to go in this ball game. Bragg keeps it. He wants a touchdown like Bush, but he's held up. 2nd and inches. Hand off to Sherry. He breaks the plane, and that, for the first time today, is a Buckeyes touchdown. Now, they still need to hold off the Scavengers offense that has found their momentum, but it is a big positive for the Buckeyes now, who have a bit of momentum going forward here. 1st and 10 for the Scavengers now. 9:15 remains. Blanco goes outside. He's going to have the first and more. Spins by a man, as that is a big pickup. Tony V checks in now. And he'll get the handoff. The freshman picks up 6. BJ Crow now checks in. And off to Crow, right up the middle. He's got the first down. And this is the Scavengers game plan now. Eat up that clock. They are going to pick apart this clock now as a 6-yard pickup there by Nico Blanco. 2nd and 4. Hand off again to Blanco. A great block there. Makes it a big hold, and that is a new set of downs. Moses Holiday with a great block there to set up Nico as Slade tried to make something happen. It wouldn't have mattered as this one's coming back. Albert Puzzle's getting called for that hold. 2nd and 20 now. Bush in the gun. Blanco to his right. Hand off to Nico. Right up the middle. Nico with a nice run. The ball came loose though. And it picked up Ohio State. It's only a 2-possession ball game. This is not what the Scavengers needed right now. We're going to take, I'm sure, a handful of looks at this. And it looks like he could be down. They are taking another look. This is a Scavengers challenge. And I don't know, there it looks like the ball comes out, except this call is reversed. I don't know how the Scavengers won it, but we'll take it as BJ Crow now tumbles his way to a first down. And it's more clock dying now as Ty Tabor checks in. Nico Blanco got a bit banged up, it looked like, on that fumble call. 2nd and 3, BJ Crow back in the ball game. Hand off to Crow. He powers through. Another first down. And Nico is back in, folks. He is okay. Bush, incomplete. Luckily there. Hangs on to it too long again. It'll set up 2nd and goal as Ty Tabor checks in. Hand off to Tabor. Finds room. That's going to get them down to the 4. And now he's back in. Blanco in the gun. He gets the snap himself. Direct snap, he fights. He broke the plane. Nico Blanco may have put this thing on ice in his last Scavengers touchdown. That right there might have just sealed a national championship for Death Valley Technical. And for Nico Blanco, that would be his final touchdown as a Scavenger. Well, here we go. Under 2 minutes to go. It's a 3-score ball game. It would take a miracle for the Buckeyes as Bragg dragged down by Ahmad Kiki. 2nd and 9 as they get moving. The Buckeyes trying to make this a game again. Well, they're going to need a lot to go their way. Shell was trying to get to Bragg, couldn't do so. Good pressure from Ferrier, though. 3rd and 9. Bragg finds room, and that one's knocked away. Manu Coffey got a hand on it. 4th and 9. Bragg in the empty. Plenty of time underneath. That is caught, and it's going to be a big play. But time is of the essence if you are a Buckeyes fan. Bragg to throw again. Rolling out. He throws. That one incomplete, intended for Countess. 2nd and 10. Bragg over the middle. That's caught. And that's going to be near a new set of downs. They take their first time out, but with 1:09 left, there may not be enough time no matter what. Shell chasing after him, and Bragg throws that one away. 4th and inches. Bragg connects. Sherry's got the first, and that's going to put them at the 25. Bragg. Plenty of time to throw. He finds his man, and that's going to be another first down. 51 seconds left. Keep in mind, if they score, they're going to need the onside kick, as that is caught by Countess. They say touchdown, and now it's a 2-possession ball game again. However, time is not on their side, and they're going to need this onside kick. Here we go for all the marbles. And it is picked up immediately. That's Tyler Lacey who picked it up. And this game is over. Your Death Valley Technical Scavengers are the national champions. 35-23. The Scavengers top the Ohio State Buckeyes and are national champions. Coach Booker and the rest of this team stands on top of the mountain. And for guys like Raheem Clay, Nico Blanco, they leave with championships on their record. an unbelievable end to an unbelievable season for this Scavengers team. A team that a lot of people did not think could do what they did, especially with that wide receiving core lacking this year. Alex Slade, the top guy at wideout. The questions of who was going to be the top running back this year. And a lot of people thinking Crow, Tony V, the freshman, would take hold of that. No. 33, Nico Blanco got a hold of that job and never let it go. An unbelievable outing. Not only this singular game, but an unbelievable outing for this team this season. Undefeated in Pac-12 play. A Heisman Trophy winner in Earl Shell. This is exactly how the Scavengers wanted this year to go. And it ends with the biggest prize in college football, headed back to Death Valley. It has been an unbelievable season, folks. It has been one that we certainly will never forget. I have been Jonathan West. You have been watching Death Valley Television, and I thank you. Now out of character, thank you guys for watching Death Valley Tech. We end on the precipice as national champions. But we do have one more thing to do, and that's say goodbye to these seniors and this series as a whole. And that will happen tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have the final off-season for Death Valley Tech. We'll talk what's in store for the next Team Builder Dynasty on College Football 26, and I'm sure a lot more. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time.